We're deep into winter here in Canada, and I wanted to play with a bit of a less traditional, icy kind of look, and I feel like I may have pulled it off. This was so quick and simple to do using these gorgeous flakes from Izemi and a few other little bits and bobs from my collection. And so I'm going to show you just how quick and easy these were to pull off. Sweetie was so kind to send me these really incredible looking flake pairing inks from Izemi. They seem to be a glitter flaky that's being suspended in a liquid. It's not a polish, well, not a gel polish anyway. Could be somewhat of a lacquer, I'm not sure. But regardless, they look incredible. Look at these. So here we have number 4. This is a super wild looking blue with that golden highlight that probably shifts, I'm thinking it looks that way. It's got like a purpley look to it as well. So the thing about these kind of wild flakes and chromes and such is I'm never quite sure what to expect when I use them, especially over different bases. So I like to prepare swatches that have different colors, black, white, and clear, so I can get an idea of what it's gonna look like depending on how I'm using it. So the directions on this are to shake it like crazy and to use it over base color. So what I've done here is I've got my white, my black, and I've also put down a base gel for the clear, just so there's something there for it kind of to stick to, I think. I don't think it would have done so well directly on the plastic tip. And the directions are to remove the liquid. Okay, and then, oh, look at that flaky goodness. This is so cool. So I'm just going to apply and see what this is like. Ah, yes, see? So if we're going over black, we've got predominantly just all sorts of cool blue flakes. If we're going over white, they're coming up that golden hue, but they do shift blue. You'll see that shift happen. Oh, yep, it is the shift that happens. Depends on where the light's hitting, right? And then let's see what we get on clear. Okay, so clear, same idea as the white. You're gonna have that gold tone, and then it's going to shift blue when you turn it in the light. I could see this being so helpful to use over like opal looks and crystal stuff that I absolutely love doing. So I thought for my sample here, for my swatch, I would try doing it in a way where one side is kind of lightly coated and the other side I've like layered it up as much as I kind of can to kind of fill it in as solid as I'd like, just to see, again, a little bit of variation in what it does. And so now we just let it sit and dry up to get that suspension fluid evaporated. And then you go in with a top coat. And then due to the nature of the suspension liquid, whatever it might happen to be, you're advised to clean off the top of the bottle. I'm assuming because it'll be hard to open down the road. It's kind of probably like a lacquer kind of thing, and it's going to get sticky and seal up on you. And then you'll have a fight trying to get it open. So here you can see that suspension liquid. You can see all those incredible chameleon shifting shards that are in there. So this is number 5. And these are one of my favorite shifts. This is like the mermaid purple, green, turquoise. Just delicious. And I figured this out a little bit better now. Instead of pushing across the top of the bottle, I push across the inside of the bottle lid, and then there's not as much liquid getting on there. Oh, look at that one. So over the black, you've got this super green and turquoise blast. And then over white and clear, you're looking at purple, shifting to green. Stunning. So I'm figuring out as I go that this really works much better if you shake it every time you go into the bottle. If you're like me right now, trying to like really fill this out, shaking it and squeezing out just one side really helps collect that glitter on there, those flakes. And then you have some really nice, heavily packed flakes to work with on that brush. And then letting this dry for a second so that it sets a little bit, and it will stick better when you go in with the next layer. So when you shake, hold it up against one side with the bottle, and then you get that really nice packed amount of glitter in there. Because otherwise, if I just dip it in the bottle and come back out, the brush doesn't catch quite as much as it does the other way. It still does, but there's just not going to be as much packed in there. So I got that one to go really thick on the one edge, a lot easier than the other one by doing it that way. Number 6. This one's really cool. So like pink and purple and blue. This one's like a rainbow. It's got all kinds of stuff going on in there. It just depends on which way the light hits it. It seems like mermaid, but then it's like a mix to me of like mermaid and like the phoenix fiery kind of ones. When you think of chromes and flakies. Oh, it's so pretty. And it's so blue, like in the light, as opposed to all the other colors that you see happening. But over the black, it's totally different. It's orange and pink. Over the white, you got blue and green. So the more I'm playing with them, the more I'm seeing like just a quick little extra mix up like that, holding it against the inside of the bottle. And then your other side of the brush is going to be loaded right up. And you can just pop them down there if you're trying to do something really heavily packed like I'm doing here right now. And then you would just keep going in again like that. Drain it off. And your other side of the brush is loaded. And you just go in with your pat, pat, pat. And I'm filling that right up. And our last one, number 7, is that really fiery, phoenixy kind of look. All the golds and reds and yellows. Oh, that red. It's just popping. It's so stunning. These would be amazing for nuance, like to just quickly swipe a little bit of beautiful flakies down somewhere. So quick and easy without having to like go and dig out a powder container and brushes and make sure it's not flowing everywhere. Such a beautiful, pretty blue when it's not over the black and doing this incredible crimson, gold, burgundy red flashing look. Gorgeous. These pairing flakes are so cool, guys. They'll be so quick and easy to like pull out and just dab down on something when you want a very quick little highlight for a nuanced look or something. I can just see it being really easy to reach for these and pop them on there instead of like just mucking around and messing with powders flashing everywhere. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. These are really cool. I can't wait to have a play with them and put them into some art. I've already got some really cool ideas. So to get straight into things, I am working with a nude base. I've got my yogurt gel syrup 03 here. I'm also working with some of my MarbleFit collection. So I've got my MarbleFit base, which does the blooming effect. And then my MarbleFit polishes I'm using are the blue, black, and white. So that's DB 03, 02, and 01. And then of course my flakes from Izemi. And that about covers it, other than whatever base top or what have you you're going to be using. And I'm going straight in onto a set of press-ons that I have filed and prepped, ready to go. So to start, I'm just going in with 2 layers of my nude base coat. This is a really pretty, very, very slight pink tint to it. But I absolutely love these yogurt gel nudes from the, I think it's the Blossom Ending collection. So I've got the 2 coats of my base layer on, and now the next thing I'm going to do is go in with my MarbleFit base, and that's like a blooming type gel. And this stuff is interesting to work with. It is like a typical blooming gel. I do find that you want to work quickly with it, especially when you're putting your polishes down, because they tend to not spread after a very short amount of time. So I like to try and get my base on kind of quick as I can and make sure I have my polish ready that's going to go on it, and kind of an idea of where I want my placement all to be, because you're going to want to go in with kind of one fluid motion to get the best effect. So making sure I have enough on my brush and having an idea of what I want it to do. Go. And you'll see that incredible bloom effect. But you gotta be careful, because if I keep adding too much right now, it is going to not bloom out the same. So I have to get it down there, do whatever I'm gonna do to mess with it for a quick second, and then that's it. Step away and let it bloom. And this happens really, really quickly. So I'm all set now. I'm gonna put this into the light to cure. Although I will be doing this in a couple of layers. So if I feel like I have too much spilling over the edges from the blooming gel or the MarbleFit base, I will go in and kind of see if there's anything to clean up there, which we're okay. So then I'm not going to end up with big blobby sides from that excess blooming gel. So you will want to make sure that you're working on these nails one at a time so you can get them into cure quickly. And for my design's sake, I just try and like switch things up. So I'm not doing everything the same for each nail. And you'll notice that I'm not going in with my black and white at the same time as my blue because I find it really difficult to get all of them to spread the way I want in one layer. So I take it one color at a time, and that's what I've found to work the best for me using the MarbleFit, because I can't get the cool bloom when I'm adding multiple colors for me personally. And the amount of spread you're going to get on your bloom is really going to depend on how much of the base you put down, because if you only put a little bit, obviously it's not going to spread the same. So if your coat is really thin, you're going to get a lot less spread than if you have a really thick coat going down. So at this point, I'm going to go in with a few flakes. So I'm going to shake up my flakes really, really well. And we're just pushing it up against the inside of the bottle. And that's going to squeeze out some of the liquid, the suspension liquid that's in it. And I pull it up and you can see all this flaky goodness on it. And I am just going to distribute some of that around on my nail. And you'll see with this color, when it goes over a dark color, it's showing the blue flake. But when it goes over the lighter color, it's showing off gold. Just a little bit of flex. This makes like just swiping on a little bit of glitz and nuance so quick and easy. Just a little tap here and a little tap there. And we're adding some really cool extra glitz. And there's nothing to it. Now that all my nails have a little flash, I'm going to set them aside to dry. And that's just waiting for that suspension fluid to evaporate. This one's been sitting for a bit, so I'm going to go back in with my MarbleFit base. Make sure I don't have any loose flakies that are going to mess up in my brush. And I'm not going with quite as thick a coat here as I did with the blue, because I just want to add a little bit of squiggly highlight kind of things. And then quick as I can, going in with my other colors, because they're not always going to perfectly bloom if I'm not really fast. Like that white's kind of glowing a little bit, and making sure that I'm taking any of the black off of my brush. Should have gone in with the white first. That would have made more sense. There we go. Nothing on there now. So I think I'm going to try and pull this black out a little bit. There, and once I'm kind of cool with the look of it, I'll be curing it. The best thing about these designs is there's like no right or wrong to them. You can just do whatever you want. And if something turns out in a way that you don't like it, you can always just go over it with another layer and change it up. And now that I'm happy with all my layers of marble effect, I'm going to go in and just a little more touch of the flakes over some of the blacker areas that I did, just because then I have some kind of underneath and some on top. Some will be hidden below and some will be more on the surface. Having your flakes on a brush like this makes it a lot easier for a bit more precise placement in the places that you want it. I like that. And so because I'm using these chrome flakes, and anything foreign on your nails other than polish can tend to make things lift and chip, I'm going to go in with a base gel, a regular base gel, not like the blooming MarbleFit, and I'm just going to seal in all of that with my base gel first before going in with my top coat. And then lastly, I'm going to go in with a bit of a thicker consistency top coat just to help level out any of the areas that might not be perfectly even from using the marble base. Here they are all finished. I love these so much. They are so like icy and wintry without having to be the usual, you know, snowflake winter design. There's just something a little more elegant about them. They're not cutesy. I really like that. I'm super pleased with how they turned out. So hopefully you like that design. As always, thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you're interested, you can always find links down below in the description. Of course, use my code LYN to save yourself some money. And if you're interested in watching swatch stuff, I've got so much more available on my channel. Just check out one of those playlists. And of course, as always, until next time, don't forget to love your nails. Bye.